Control lower end, you know, a little bit more of a sound stage, but really more of the control and detail is what sets this, I think, up from the Rockports.
So you think you prefer the sealed box or whatever YG is doing with their bass is better than the
so
Rockport?
far, I mean, I found the cymbals were more detailed, some of the resonance and some of the strings were more detailed, but certainly there was more control of the deep lower end on this compared to the Rockports.
Okay.
I mean, the Rockports were great. They were fun to listen to, very musical, very natural. But something about this just was a little bit better of an experience.
So now we're stepping up in price pretty significantly.
Yes. And as you've heard, MBL, they're completely different than.
Yeah, it's going to be a totally different presentation.
And we're just very lucky we came on a day where there's a 50% off sale.
On the
Nice
class.
set of cables, get a pair of speakers free.
Yeah. Actually, with some of these cables, I think you'd rather the price on the speaker.
Especially if you need a set of those Odin cables, 2 sets for each speaker. You have that luxury when you own an audio store.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Ferrari dealer driving around Ferraris.
Well, back here, he's got the Audio Quest. Yes, I just shake my head at that, but anyway. Sonus Fiber. Vetus Audio is this company here. If you haven't noticed, it's a little lesser known. Good electronics. Met the distributor. It's pretty good. It's an old Krell down there. Room treatments are Art Novia.
Yeah,
Art Novia. Okay. Upstairs, I'll show you while they're setting up the MBLs. They have a full, they do sell home theaters too. So you can take a look up here. It's not really set up all that nice right now. But projectors, home theater as well. Different type of speakers, subwoofers. I'm interested in probably going to take home these real traps today. And then these ASE 2 traps, Doug and I will probably fight over these. He took these on, I think, used, and these are pretty interesting. I'd like to try them in my room, see how they do. But anyway, I definitely recommend this dealer. He's been really patient with everybody and setting everything up. So just a shout out again to 3MA Audio here in Houston. Let's see if the MBLs are set up, and we'll give you feedback after that. Okay, they're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the R-Render. Thought I'd come back in here. I showed this earlier, but there's some used equipment that's fairly nice in here. All of this is for sale. Boulder, old Boulder amp, Bryston. Ginkgo uses similar squash ball types. These are more firm than what I've come up with my homegrown solution, but it's very similar to the vibration videos I've done. So I like their stuff, at least their theory behind it. You got an Oppo, which is a nice piece, stock. We got Macintosh AR. There's a Atria 321. That's actually a pretty good DAC for anybody that's looking for a DAC. I've had that before. It's really good. But anyway, see anything you like here, you can reach out to Johnny, all this used gear. He'll take anything on trade pretty much. Anyway, we'll get back to listening shortly. All right, just a quick, this is the Atria from Rockport, Vantage from YG. We're looking at potentially, depending on how the MBLs, the Sonya 2 series would be commensurate with price-wise.
Do a CD first?
So we can go ahead and do the coaching time if we're still like that.
This was the room I was listening to the Rockports in originally, and it was a little chesty and not as good as being out in that main room. So just to follow up on my first video, this was the room I first heard them in, and that's why you can't really make a call based on, you know, the room you're in plays so much a role in how speakers sound. Totally different being out in that other room. Okay guys, we're just wrapping up the audition of the MBLs, and it's just night and day difference in terms of sound presentation. I think I mentioned before, the difference between the Rockports and the YGs is kind of a Coke Pepsi kind of thing. Here we're going to like fine wine. It's totally different. The sound staging, the presentation, dispersion, everything's different. And so certainly a reference if you like that kind of dispersion, which for me, it's my preference personally. But I can easily see people preferring the Rockports or YGs depending on what your taste is in presentation. And if you prefer certain tautness in the bass, certain details, if you're more of a hi-fi listener, or you're maybe like a British speaker, I would put like the Rockports somewhere in the Atlantic. The YGs, certainly American hi-fi sound. And then the MBLs are just totally unique on their own. So we're going to listen. I'll try to interview Doug later, get his thoughts. He's really torn between which one he likes. I think he's leaning towards the MBLs, but we'll see. I'm going to talk to him after he wraps up his final audition, and we'll be back.